कुंज विहारी गोपी जन गोपी जाना वाला गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना यमुना तीर वनचारी यमुना तीर वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 राम नीताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नीताय गौर हरि बोल जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जगद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे. So today we are taking the 26th and the 27th verse of the 7th chapter of the first canto. So canto 1, chapter 7, verse 26 and 27. We'll read the 26th verse. Kim idam switkuto veti dev dev nave vedamyam sarvato mukham ayati Teja Paramadarunam. O Lord, Lord of Lords, how is it that this dangerous effulgence is spreading all around? Where does it come from? I do not understand it. Purport. Anything that is presented before the personality of Godhead should be so done after due presentation of respectful prayers. That is the standard procedure, and Sri Arjuna, although an intimate friend of the Lord, is observing this method for general information. Verse 27. Vetedam drona putrasya.
Srimad Bhagwatam.
Brahmam astram pradarshitam. Nevaso veda samharam. Pranabada upasthite. Vetedam drona putrasya. Brahmam astram pradarshitam. Nevaso veda samharam. Pranabada upasthite. Go ahead. Vetedam drona putrasya. Brahmam astram pradarshitam. Nevasu veda samharam. Pranabada upasthite. Vetedam drona putrasya. Brahmam astram pradarshitam. Nevasu veda samharam. Pranabada upasthite. Shri Bhagavan Vacha. Vetedam drona putrasya. Brahmam astram pradarshitam. Nevaso veda samharam. Pranabada upasthite. Shri Bhagavan Vacha.
At least one, maybe six.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Veda, just know from me. Idam, this, Drona Putrasya,
Oh, they took both of them.
of the son of
Both of
Drona,
my container of soap.
Brahmamastram,
You think this is a supply?
hymns of the Brahma nuclear weapon,
I got this one.
Pradarshitam, exhibited, na, not, eva, even, aso, he, veda, know it, samharam, retraction, pranavade, O Supreme Personality of the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, know from me that this is the act of son of Drona. He has thrown the hymns of nuclear energy, Brahmastra, and he does not know how to retract the glare. He has helplessly done this, being afraid of imminent death.
You transcend.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said,
So what happens is when you can't engage in the service,
know from me that this is the act of the son of Drona.
not so bad. I don't have to suffer so much.
He has thrown the hymns of nuclear energy, Brahmastra, and he does not know how to retract the glare.
Feel it.
He has helplessly done this,
I mean, it's one way to transcend
being afraid of imminent death.
by ignoring it, yeah, devotional service.
Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The Brahmastra is similar to the modern nuclear weapon, manipulated by atomic energy. The atomic energy works wholly on total combustibility, and so the Brahmastra also acts. It creates intolerable heat similar to atomic radiation. But the difference is that atomic bomb
Oh, at night?
is a gross type of nuclear weapon, whereas Brahmastra is a subtle type of nuclear weapon, produced by chanting hymns.
Yeah.
It is a different science, and in the days gone by, such science was cultivated in the land of Bharatvarsha. The subtle science of chanting hymns is also material, but it has yet to be known by material modern scientists. Subtle material science is not spiritual, but it has direct relationship with spiritual matter, which is still subtle. A chanter of hymns knew how to apply the weapon as well as how to retract it. That was perfect knowledge.
Yeah.
But the son of Dronacharya, who made use of this subtle science, did not know how to retract it. He applied it, being afraid of his imminent death, and thus the practice was only improper, but also irreligious. Not only improper, but also irreligious. As the son of a Brahmana, he should not have made so many mistakes. And for such gross negligence of duty, he was to be punished by the Lord himself. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabhayo Jagatpate Gopesha Gopikanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurani Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarugancha Kripasindubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Oh my God! Look at this nonsense.
Seventh chapter
Wow.
is trying to go into the Mahabharata. The reason it's trying to go into the Mahabharata is to bring the Mahabharata up to the birth of Parikshit Maharaj, then activities and so on, because the rest of the Bhagavatam is going to be based on Parikshit Maharaj's questions and the answers of Shukdev Goswami. So, the first 7 verses, 1 to 7, are Vedasa's vision and glory of the Bhagavatam. From verse 8 to 11, it is mentioned how Srila Vyasadeva teaches the Bhagavatam to Shukdev Goswami. And then from the 12 to 16 is the description of lamentation of Pandava's dead sons. How the Pandava's sons were killed by Ashwatthama, the lamentation about it. And from 17 to 34, which is where we are in between, 17 to 34, is how Arjuna captures Ashwatthama. And from 35 to the end of the chapter, verse 58, we will be discussing the argument on killing Ashwatthama. How to punish Ashwatthama, why to punish Ashwatthama, and why not to punish him. All of those arguments will be coming from verse 35 onwards. So in this first whole canto, of course, Krishna is discussed, all the incarnations are discussed, and the supremacy of Krishna is discussed. But as far as the storyline is concerned, we are going towards the second canto, which is going to be a discussion between Shukdev Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj. So the first canto is kind of an introduction. And in this introduction, there is a big, huge introduction of these two personalities who are going to be talking further is included. So these two personalities are, first is Shukdev Goswami. We have in the first 6 chapters learned quite a bit about Shukdev Goswami, and now we're going towards learning about Parikshit Maharaj. So, going into Mahabharata, because we are going into Parikshit's character. Going towards Parikshit, we are starting with Ashwatthama. Ashwatthama is Ashwatthama. He is the son of Drona. Who was Drona? Drona is the son of Bharadwaj. It reminds me that Mother Padyabhi used to say that in the Bhagavatam class, it is good to start from the beginning of the creation. But in our own personal discussions and exchanges, we should not be going all the way to the beginning of the Especially there was one devotee who I will not name. Every time he was called to discuss anything with Madhu Padyabhi, he would go all the way to the beginning of the creation. Even in his personal conversation, he would go all the way back to the creation. But in the Bhagavatam class, it is good to go all the way back to the creation. Because Dronacharya is son of Maharishi Bharadwaj. Bharadwaj is a direct son of Lord Brahma. And of course, who is the father of Lord Brahma, the Supreme Personality of God. So we have gone all the way back to the beginning of the creation. There is Krishna and all the expansions, and then there is the Karnadakshay Vishnu and the Garbhodakshay Vishnu, and from Garbhodakshay Vishnu comes Brahma, and from Brahma comes Bharadwaj Muni, and Bharadwaj Muni is one of those characters that he does not have a mother. He's just born straight out of Brahma, or he's one of the Saptarishis carrying over from the last creation, from the previous day of Brahma, or whatever the previous Yuga Chakra he's carrying over. So Bharadwaj Muni is the son of, is the father of Brahma, son of Brahma. And there's a very interesting story about the birth of Dronacharya. Srila Prabhupada has given the story in the 9th chapter, 7th verse. He is one of the 7 great rishis. Srila Prabhupada is saying about Maharishi Bharadwaj. He was present at the time of the birth ceremony of Arjuna. The powerful rishi sometimes undertook severe penances on the shore of the Ganges. And the ashram is still celebrated at Prayagraj. You know, the Prayagraj where the Kumbh Mela is taking place right now. Right there is Maharishi Bharadwaj's ashram. And when Lord Ram, Lakshman, Sita and Hanuman were going to Vanvas, this was the first stop. They stopped at. After leaving Ayodhya, the first place they stopped was Maharishi Bharadwaj's ashram. And then, of course, Maharishi Bharadwaj offered them to stay there. You can stay here for the rest of the 14 years that you have been exiled. This is not a city, this is like a forest. Be my guest at my ashram, make your little cottage here and live here for the rest of the 14 years. And Lord Ram considered that. But then he said, everybody knows that I'm here. All the inhabitants of Ayodhya had come up to Bharadwaj. So he said, every time, any time and every time anybody would need anything, they will come right now. So this will not remain a forest, this will become almost a city, or wherever I am living is going to become the capital. Because everybody will come to me for anything they need, they want to discuss, and so on. So, in order for me to be in exile, I have to be in an undisclosed location. Not that my location is published on the internet and everybody knows where I am, my live location. I have to go in the exile. So nobody who knows me directly will know how to get to me. So that's why he carried on, he did not stay. So this is the story about the birth of Dronacharya. It is learned that the rishi, while taking a bath in the Ganges, happened to meet the Tachi, one of the beautiful society girls from the heaven. She is an Apsara. The Tachi is a beautiful society hero from the heaven. And thus he discharged semen, which was kept preserved in the earthen pot, and from which Drona was born. So Dronacharya is the son of Bharadwaj Muni. That special earthen pot is also known as Drona. So he was named. That little pot that you use for offering in the fire sacrifice, that pot is also known as Drona. So, because he is born out of that pot, he is not born out of his mother's womb. So he was named Drona. Acharya, of course, he became later. He wasn't born Dronacharya, he was born Drona. Then further, Dronacharya, further about Dronacharya. Dronacharya went to Gurukul of his own father, Bharadwaj Muni, and he graduated from whatever, secondary, post-secondary, bachelor's. But then, a very senior godbrother of his, another disciple of Bharadwaj Muni, came back to the ashram after learning so much higher education from elsewhere. His name was Agnivesha. Agnivesha Agnivesha had become expert in the weaponry, even using divine weapons and so on. So Agnivesha, being a senior godbrother, and he has some affection towards his junior godbrother and of course the son of his own guru, Drona. So he teaches everything that he had learned from Agastya. Agastya is one of the biggest personalities in terms of the sadhus, the sages. To understand Agastya, even Lord Ram went to see Agastya, and Agastya is known to give him all the divine weapons. Agastya was holding the divine weapons and gave them to Lord Ram. When Lord Ram said, "Oh, thank you for giving me so many divine weapons," he said, "I was just holding them for you. They are yours. You can take them." There was a story about Agastya, that there was a wedding of Lord Shiva, and at the wedding of Lord Shiva, all the great personalities came to one side or to the Himalayas or something, and that was disturbing the balance of the earth. So they asked Agastya to go on the other side towards South India to balance alone. One Agastya to balance. So just to give you an idea of how great this Agastya Muni is. Agastya sat at this place called Kanchipuram. Kanchipuram is very close to Chennai and is known to be the seven main nagaris, seven main puris of India. And he wrote down who will in future come here to my ashram. So if you go there, they may be able to tell you if you have been predicted. They take a look at your fingerprint, and according to that, they will pull out your sheet that has your information. information on it. And of course, undoubtedly, it's yours because they're going to, without asking you, they will tell you your name, your parents' name, where you were born, at what time, and information about your siblings, and so on. Many things have been written. Of course, that information doesn't mean so much because you already know that. It's not for somebody who's lost their name. I don't know what my name is anymore. For that, it may be worthwhile. But then how would you confirm it? But for somebody who already knows. But still, that shows how much power he had to see the future. Not that we should not say he had, because he is not dead. He is alive and he will continue to the next Yuga Chakra. So, Dronacharya picked up all the extra weaponry from Agnisha, who got it from Agastya. And then, being in the ashram of Bharadwaj Muni, he heard that Parshuram, Lord Parshuram, was giving away some donations, money and all that. So he got interested to see Lord Parshuram. This is a good reason for me to go see Lord Parshuram. I have never met him, never seen him. So he goes to see Lord Parshuram, and Parshuram has already given away all the wealth by the time Dronacharya gets there. But then Parshuram was happy that Drona came to see him. And he said, "Oh, I have all these personal weapons that I don't need anymore. You can take them." So he gave all kinds of personal weapons to Dronacharya. And Dronacharya became even more powerful. So then Kripacharya somehow found out about it. So now Dronacharya got married to Kripi. Kripi is the sister of Kripacharya, Kripacharya of the assembly of the Kauravas. Kripacharya. Kripacharya is also a very blockbuster kind of a character. And Kripi. Kripacharya is the son of great rishi called Sardaman, and was born in the family of Gautam. Gautam Rishi is famous and everybody knows Gautam. So Gautam's son was Sarvada. And his birth, the birth of Kripacharya and Kripi, is said to be accident. By chance, great Rishi Sarvada
You don't want to hear him anyway.
met
Yeah.
You never responded to my email.
different places.
I sent you
This is
about the hydrogen
same
water.
passage is told in a
I
different
sent it to
way.
you. What
Well,
happened?
you should
Like
become an
here,
affiliate
it says
Yeah,
by
I
chance
You would have got 80% of what I paid you.
So you didn't get to
Sarvada
find it, right?
Janapadi.
So
In another place, it says Janapadi was specially sent by Indra to disturb Sarvada. Nevertheless, effect is the same no matter which way the story is told. Now, Janapadi is again a famous society girl of the heaven. And the Rishi Sadhvan discharged semen
Again.
after seeing Janapadi. But he discharged semen in two parts. By one part, immediately a male child, and by the other part, a female child were born as twins. So these two twins are again born directly from a Maharshi. No mother in the
It's like they offer you money and you say, no, I throw the money down the tube.
Money I don't cover, yes. I know I
Yeah,
know.
you should have just given me a link, your affiliate link, and then you would have made like maybe $100, $200, just for that. So next time, just go to their website, say I want to be an affiliate, and then you can give you a link, and then when you can preach to other people, then you give them links.
Very rare. If someone's going to encounter a
But you're trying to convince her to buy it.
No, I'm not trying to convince her to buy it. No, not to be funny, but he said, oh, I can just get that.
Oh, sorry,
And
Vishpatama.
trying to give her daughter information
So,
about hydrogen water. Because
If
she's
they
supposed to,
have.
These two children,
become a doctor.
the
So
father,
I'm thinking this
You
could
want
help
to
her.
give doctor or inform
I'm not
about it.
that she gave birth to them, of course she did, but she caused it. And the father also did not know that
Not to
what he did and what he caused, but the children would.
I'll be just frustrated.
Baby.
You're like a 1 in a million.
So Shantanu, Maharaj Shantanu comes by while engaged in the chase in the jungle, picked up the children and brought them up to the Brahminical status
I was reading about
by
time today.
purification
I came
process.
across the gold thing about school, nursing school.
No, you found it.
It's a fifth channel part 2,
The
chapter
purificative process
14,
of
text
them,
number
like
7.
he
I
did not,
think
he was a
still the
Kshatriya, he
Saturday
would have raised
speaking.
them as
I
Kshatriyas. He did not raise them as Kshatriyas, he raised them as
It's very middle school. One thing
with
about
the
it is
proper
with gold you can
purificatory
take the
process.
folder print it.
Kripacharya later
And
became
then
a
the
great
time
general
it continues
like
piling
George.
on and the purple
So
Christmas
this is
thing,
like
because we also
a
continue on.
prince in a
So the
way
funny thing is,
raised by Shantanu himself.
So much
But of
about
course he's not raised as a
so listen to this. So listen to this. So gold is from like Saxon, right? So then Prabhupada really
So
thought
he did not
take their
become
money.
eligible for the throne, but he did become eligible to be the
So
Guru Kripacharya, who was
paper money is no good.
revered
So Bitcoin is
So
great.
by the whole
it
kingdom
goes with.
Bitcoin.
Did they have
a
Bitcoin
learned
5,000
Brahminical
years ago?
personality. So Kripacharya became great general like Dronacharya, and his sister was married to Dronacharya.
But
So
they are
my
friends,
sister
you
was
could
married
barter.
to
You
Dronacharya.
were bartering.
Why I didn't use seashells.
Seashells, yeah.
Like Dronacharya,
She sells seashells by the
all
seashore.
these weaponries and everything, he kind of became
Actually,
known.
when it all
And
comes down to
Kripacharya
it,
got attracted
gold
to
is better
Dronacharya
than paper money for sure.
because their work
We all know that.
is about
Plastic now, so
the
paper,
same.
plastic.
Now it's plastic.
Yeah.
None of these personalities, Dronacharya, Kripacharya, Kripi,
Same with
none of them are born out of a mother's womb.
now it's becoming
So
big.
they
With,
alike, they get attracted to
with
each other.
Trump is going to buy
He
some
thought
tons of
that,
Bitcoin for the
oh,
government.
Dronacharya may
And
be
now
a good
it's
match for my
accepted
sister.
in Wall Street.
Because just like my sister and I
investing in it.
don't have a mother, he doesn't have a
He's
mother.
going to offer 3
So he's
Bitcoins
also
if you can
born
prove,
the same
give one
way
proof the earth is a gold.
Wow, that's a lot of money. Now it's $500 million.
$250,000
because
here.
there is a
He's going to get if you can
in the
give one
children's
proof.
society
No, it's
you
more than
are
this. You're
kind of looked
late.
upon.
Now it's in US. It's about $330,000. US. It's about half a million.
Bitcoins.
That's a lot of
Every
money.
child
If
in the
you
class
said there's no
has a mother.
chance you can find even
I
one
don't.
proof.
Not that my mother died already. I just
I'm not worried about that. If I'm doing okay myself.
Yeah, you're fine. Because
And besides, you see, people even accuse me of gambling.
So,
Why don't you say that gambling
had this idea of
Monica? Yeah, told me that.
approaching
no, she said
Dronacharya
anytime.
to marry his sister because we are the same.
There's a great, it's not
So that's why
Dronacharya
Dronacharya was married to Kripal.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't like
So going further,
enough, right?
Kripacharya later took on
Finding the gold and then
part in the battle of
Because they are
Kurukshetra.
envious. They never invested in it. Now they regret it. So they say it's a sour grapes. Oh, it's a sour grapes.
Killed Abhimanyu.
got gold. I don't know what I'm using, I got gold.
But he was still held in esteem by the family of the Pandavas. Although he was, Srila Prabhupada is mentioning, although he was involved in killing of Abhimanyu, but the Pandavas still respected him. Due to him being a great Brahmana as Dronacharya. When Pandavas were sent to the forest after being defeated in the gambling game with Duryodhana, Dhritarashtra entrusted the Brahmanas to Kripacharya for guidance. After the end of the battle, Kripacharya again became the member of the royal assembly. So there was three characters who were left at the end of the battle of Kurukshetra. On the Kaurava side, three. Other than Duryodhana, of course, Duryodhana died.